Third base, Raven now coming in. I thought with some Hellions, but actually there aren't any Hellions in the natural expansion. They have to come all the way cross map. Just 2 SCVs going down, a little bit of lost mining time, but SHIN does spot the 4th command center. Oh man, GuMiho throwing down 3 more factories. We might have a max GuMiho in like the next 3 or 4 minutes here. He's going to be pumping so many Hellions and so many Cyclones.
And this might be this kind of crazy mass Cyclone style where like you're just constantly kiting.
Oh, it will definitely be that.
Yeah. Small metalings are going to try to counterattack over here. This is not a full wall here with the depots. I don't see anything over here, so I guess he's going to get some kills on those workers.
No, I just should have said the units from the natural expansion again, I think. No, not a supply depot! Oh, no. A little bit of a misclick there from GuMiho.
He's going to get like over 10 workers here. Yeah. That's insane to me.
Oh, man.
That's really bad for GuMiho. I mean, those lings got so much value. They paid for themselves and more and way slowed down the economy.
Yeah, just one little misclick there from GuMiho. I mean, that's the kind of thing you set and forget, right? Like, you have all these Hellions. You think you're A-moving them into the mineral line, but you actually just clicked on your own supply depot, and so they do not do their job, and 15 SCVs go down. Oh, that hurts there for GuMiho. Unlucky break.
Okay, so these Banshees are going to loop back around. He just needs to get a little bit of damage in here to try to equalize the losses that he got earlier.
Man, they zoom.
That
speed up
ling run-in was like the most impactful part of the game here. Like, SHIN's in very good shape. He does have an armor where he can start to come out here and try to take some fights as well.
If he can force GuMiho into a position where GuMiho can't kite him across map, like if SHIN can walk all the way up to the 3rd base or the 4th base here of GuMiho, and not let the Terran kite for too long. Oh man, armor training missile plus all these Cyclones is deadly. SHIN is maxed. He wants to take this fight right now.
Yeah, he's going to move in here.
Split, isolating the Hellbats on the left side. They're going to have to retreat, but most of them fall actually before they can regroup here with the Cyclones. And SHIN is basically cornering GuMiho back into the natural expansion. He has pushed him so far back into his base that the Cyclones, they're not really able to get that kiting value done. And so this is a pretty cost-effective trade here for SHIN. You can just look at the supplies right now. He has the economy behind 76 drones to mostly remax here. Sacrificing some roaches at that 3rd base is a fantastic move. Kills 11 more SCVs. I think in total, maybe like 30 SCVs have died so far in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's funny though, you could see the resilience of having the Cyclones, right? Like, you can never really quite reach them. You know, they can move as far back as they need to go, and you'll never catch them unless you can pin them in the corner of the map. But he did kill a lot of SCVs at that base over there. And I don't feel like these 2 bases that are kind of at the exterior position here for GuMiho are very defendable. I feel like SHIN could basically wind up and just do another attack like he's going to do right now and probably flatten those spots.
Oh, you know, I'm looking at this a little bit more. Actually, hold that thought. SHIN, are you going to commit to this attack? He is. He's going to attack back into the 3rd base right now. Those Cyclones just, man, they are destroying these roaches on the front line, now connecting with the Hydras. But for SHIN, it's kind of, you're between a rock and a hard place, right? Like if you kite back like this, because the Banshees have hyperflight rotors, they can move fast enough to give the vision to the Cyclones to maintain the lock-on.
Oh, that's a really good point.
I think that is a big part of this build. As long as he doesn't let them get sniped. Look at this. He doesn't even need to use he doesn't even need to use the scan all the time. This is such a brilliant addition. The hyperflight rotor Banshees. I had no. This was not on my radar.
Yeah, very fresh take on how to play this.
I wish I could see a battle report from that last fight. I feel like GuMiho lost basically nothing, and SHIN lost 50 to 60 supply of army. That was just insane. Those Cyclones got so much value. I think SHIN, because he killed so many SCVs, thought that GuMiho would be a little bit more scrappy back at home. That was not the case. GuMiho, give him credit. He lost maybe 30 SCVs so far in this game. But even after losing 30 SCVs, he was down at like 60 workers. He has not stopped SCV production basically until this point.
And he just seems like he can kite forever.
I mean, the scan plus the hyperflight rotor Banshee is just getting so much done.
There's infestors here, so he wants to go for a fungal to lock this in.
He's skirting right around the scan. Looping Hellion run by over here by this 4th base, getting a lot of drones. SHIN needs to land fungals to lock these Cyclones down and actually kill them. But much easier said than done.
So, I mean, GuMiho can just keep expanding out. We don't see the answer yet for how to deal with this. I know that what SHIN wants to do is try to get a fungal off, and if he can lock that in, he might be able to just completely obliterate it. You know, Hydras will just come through and gun that down. But, you know, there's a lot of distance right now between the Terran and the Zerg. And, you know, the creep spread is pretty meager. It's not like there's a ton out here for SHIN, and that's in part because GuMiho's done a good job of controlling the map.
And part of the problem for SHIN, though, is that, look at the base layout here at Maganatha. The next expansion has to be, unless you go for the top right base, much closer to the Terran. And GuMiho just getting so much value out of all of these units, now attacking the 9 o'clock position here. And she's even going to drop an auto turret. Those infestors a little bit low, a little bit late coming in to this fight. And the entire mineral line, I guess not the entire mineral line, those Banshees actually got more kills then. Yeah, look at this. I was wondering where these kills came from. Oh no, it's the rally from the main and the natural too. That is a brilliant spot to put him there for GuMiho.
Yeah, that's really sick.
Oh, things are just going so wrong here for SHIN.
Yeah, he's falling apart here, for sure. And GuMiho, he's going to have a lot more of the map. We haven't had a push that comes in and like wipes a base yet, but I think we're getting close. I mean, he's maxed out now. He's got to spend this money somewhere. Where are the infestors?
We only have a couple of them. I don't see them on screen right now.
He's got tanks here with this mix. So eventually he's going to have those tanks close enough that he can set up some kind of a foothold. We see the infestors coming around, but look, man, he's got to get this over here. He's got these infestors over here and actually take a fight.
This is just insane. I don't see how SHIN could take an engagement against this. I just simply don't see it at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like scratching my head trying to figure out like what exactly can he do. And now the tanks are sieged up, so that and Fungal's not going to help now. That's going to be a GG. GuMiho, absolute beast, shreds SHIN. SHIN had a couple strong moments early on, but I mean that comp, I am really puzzled as to how you're supposed to fight that correctly.
I don't have the answer.
He was very patient and
not
not getting tanks, by the way. He wasn't getting tanks.